Good morning. Today, this is the day all lawyers, students, and even common man, politicians should understand the important chapters of the Constitution of India. The most important chapter is Part 3, Fundamental Rights Guaranteed for every citizen, and also human rights have been guaranteed for any persons other than the citizens also. This is commencing from Article 12 to 35. Article 32 says you can very well approach the Honorable Supreme Court if any fundamental rights guaranteed under Part 3 has been violated. The commencement of the article says your fundamental rights are guaranteed. Then question arises, Chapter 4, Directive Principles from Article 36 to 51. See, these directive principles means the commitment of the sovereignty of the Indian government to implement the constitution within this directive. This was their principles. Then in the year the 42nd amendment during the period of Indira Gandhi, the fundamental duties were imposed. So now the question arises, you must know what all are the directive principles. Social and economic charter, social order based on justice, economic justice, equal right of men and women, distribution of ownership and control of material resources of the community to the common good, to ensure the economic system should not result in concentration of wealth and means of production to the common detriment, equal pay or equal work for both men and women, to protect and strength of workers and tender age of children, and to ensure that they are not forced by economic necessity to enter avocations unsuited to their age and growth. The children are given opportunities and facilities to develop in a healthy manner and in condition of freedom and dignity, and childhood and youth are protected against exploitation and against moral and material abandonment. So this is all a directive principle. Social, these things have been independently. Okay. Then what is these fundamental duties? So you must also know fundamental duties. What all are the fundamental duties? 47 Amendment 1976. Abide by Constitution and respect its ideals, institutions, the national flag and national anthem. To cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. To uphold and protect sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. To promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic and regional and sectional diversities, to renounce practice derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the national environment including forests, lakes, river and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop scientific temper, humanism and spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective act so that the nation constantly rise to higher level of endeavor and achievements. Then finally, who is parent or guardian? To provide opportunities for education to his children or ward between age 6 and 14 years. This is inserted by 86th Constitution Amendment 2002. Now I will explain the difference between fundamental rights and directive principles, how to implement it. Directive principles differ from fundamental rights in certain respects. The directives are non-justifiable, cannot be enforced by courts, they are declaratory, while fundamental rights are justifiable, can be enforced by courts they are mandatory. Directives are instrument of instruction to the government. They contain positive commands to the state to promote a social and welfare state. The fundamental rights are limitation upon the state actions by contain negative injunctions to the state not to do various things. Unlike fundamental rights, directives are required to be implemented by legislation. The courts cannot declare as void any law which is otherwise valid on the ground that it contravenes any of the directives. On the other hand, the courts are bound to declare as void by any law that is inconsistent with the fundamental rights. So there are several cases which as discussed about the directive principle. State of Madras, Chambagam Durai Rajan, first constitutional case. INRI Kerala Education Bill, AR 1957. Then Kesavananda Bharati, Union of India, first constitutional case, basic structure of constitution has been implemented. Then Minerva Miles was a Union of India. Then State of Tamil Nadu was Abu Karur Boy, 1984. Unni Krishnan was a state of that in 1993 one SCC. State of Gujarat was Mirzapur Moti Qureshi Kasab Jamet 2006 SC200. These all are things which you have to understand so that you can very well answer your questions. What is the difference between directive principles and fundamental duties? Fundamental duties is imposed, directive principle is declared. These all are our principles. So these principles should be implemented only by passing legislation. See, the things are fundamental duties, fundamental rights, fundamental rights. First section, section 12 deals with fundamental right. Article 12 says those all are the authorities who can infringe your fundamental right. Article 13 says that if any law infringing the fundamental right is guaranteed under part 3 of the Constitution before implementation of Constitution is void. Then question of next one, after implementation of Constitution, no act or law will be notification, gazette, circular will be valid if it is infringing fundamental rights of guaranteed under part 3 of the Constitution. Then article 3, golden triangle, article 14, 19 and 21. Then so many things are there, the abolition of titles, untouchability, declaring untouchable constitutional offence, all these things are there. And the most important you have to understand was Article 31. Article 31, then Article 31 amendment and 31. These all are due to the Land Reforms Act which was implemented after immediately the elected government at various states as promised during struggle war and elections. So this was what had happened. There was periodically trouble whenever act or brought to acquire the land or seize the Sealing Act, so many things is being challenged, stating that it is infringing fundamental right, because that time right to property was the fundamental right. It was Madam Indira Gandhi deleted that right to property as a fundamental right. Instead, that has been added as 300A as constitutional rights to have the property. So these all are the things you have to understand what is estate. Then estate has been defined, and this Sankari Prasad, Sajjan Singh, these cases are run in favor of the laws, stating that the amendment are not law. Then thereafter a judgment, full court, 13 judges cases held that no amendment was also law. Therefore they declare that it's a prospective ruling. This declaration of laws as null and void contrary to this fundamental rights will be implemented from the date of declaration. But actually, that should be from the very date when it was passed. These all are to be understood. Kindly understood, read these judgments I have referred. Best wishes.